Fox has really streamlined the process.
Matt will now take questions, but please, only about Futurella, not The Simpsons. Yes? The robot standing on the small child over there?
Yeah, when are you gonna make a second Simpsons movie?
Al Jean, one of the show's original writers, predicting a backlash on social media, tweeting before the episode, "New Simpsons in 5 minutes, Twitter explosion in Act 3.
The Simpsons has for years entertained fans with its wit, humor, and many unreal takes on American life. Beyond its comedy, The Simpsons has long been known for its uncanny ability to predict the future, often with a mix of humor and eerie accuracy. From the exact equation of the God particle to smartwatches and submarine implosions,
Simpsons have predicted the real-life event in 2006 is going viral on social media.
The Simpsons have predicted it all. But these are not the only predictions of The Simpsons, because they have also predicted some other things which are already coming to pass in 2024. An instance is Trump's presidential bid of 2024. But what are the other predictions that they've made for 2024? Join us as we explore the different predictions The Simpsons made for this year. Video calls and smartwatches. In the episode that aired on March 19, 1995, which talks about Lisa's wedding, The Simpsons made a shocking prediction about video calls and smartwatches. This particular episode was surreal.
Simpsons also predicted the Apple Watch in 1995, 20 years before it was introduced.
Because it was set in the future where we see Lisa communicating with her family via a video call. It must be noted that at the time this was aired in the 90s, this technology was not available. This made the scene futuristic. This is not all because Lisa's fiancé was shown wearing a watch-like device that also functions as a communication tool, greatly resembling modern-day smartwatches. Fast forward to 2024, video calls and smartwatches are the order of the day with the advent of smartphones and phone applications like Skype and FaceTime. Smartwatches don't only tell time, but are used as accessories to track fitness, receive notifications, and even make calls. But that's not all, because the most amazing part of the video is yet to come. World War III. Season 11 contained an episode titled Barth to the Future, which aired on March 19th in the year 2000. In this episode, a startling prediction of the possibility of World War III was talked about.
Wake up, everybody! It's World War III! Quick, down to the fallout shelter! The bombs are dropping!
It showed a future where Lisa Simpson becomes the President of the United States after inheriting a country that was crumbling from Donald Trump. One of the scenes shows Lisa talking about the budget crisis she had inherited from her predecessors, which implied that things had gotten rock bottom before she took over.
You know, we've inherited quite a budget crunch from President Trump. How bad is it, Secretary Van Houten?
We're broke.
The country is broke? How can that be?
Although the prediction of World War III hasn't come to pass as of now, the portrayal of a future riddled with global conflicts is eerily accurate in capturing the current anxieties of our time. With the ongoing tensions between nations like Israel and Palestine, for example, with world powers like the US and Russia at opposite sides, and the Ukraine-Russian war, all these are bases for another world war, if you think the post-virtual reality. Virtual reality gaming was predicted as far back as 1998 by The Simpsons in the episodes titled Friends and Family. This episode shows Homer and Marge eating a virtual fudge through a straw on their VR headsets. Back then, it looked like something impossible. But with the recent advancements in technology, impossibilities have been made possible. A real-life company named Aero Banquets RMX has made VR foods.
Dining in virtual reality is pretty trippy.
It's tingling in my mouth.
It allows you to eat various foods such as sushi in Japan or a steak in Argentina while making use of VR to change your taste perception, thereby reframing the human mind and changing how we experience food. AI taking over jobs. Although many experts have since been sounding the alarm of the possibility of AI taking over people's jobs in years to come, it seems like the reality is here with us in 2024. However, The Simpsons has long predicted this as far back as 2012 with the episode titled Them Robot. This episode shows Homer losing his job due to Mr. Burns replacing all of the power plant's employees with robots. Mr. Burns says in this episode that humans will train the robots, then the robots would replace them. This is exactly how AI works in real life. In Japan, for example, real-life waiter robots are already replacing human waiters. There's also the belief that taxi drivers would be replaced by self-driving cars.
Fully autonomous cars picking up people and dropping them off just like a taxi, except the big difference is there's no driver.
ChatGPT would also replace some jobs, for example, coders, paralegals, financial advisors, stock traders, graphics designers, even translators. And of course, the training ChatGPT is based on was done by humans, which is much like what the episode of The Simpsons predicted. Kamala Harris becomes president. In the same Bart to the Future episode mentioned earlier, a surprising prediction about Kamala Harris becoming president was made, and this was in the form of Lisa being president of the United States. After entering power, Lisa mentions that she inherited a country that was in tough financial situations from the previous president, which was implied as Donald Trump. And this prediction came through, however, in part, when Kamala Harris became the vice president of the United States in 2021.
Look at this picture. Lisa is also seen wearing a purple suit and pearl necklace, which is seemingly identical to what Vice President Kamala Harris wore on Inauguration Day,
which made her the first female Black and first Asian American to hold this position. And if anything happens to the current president, Kamala would become the president, thereby fulfilling the prediction made by The Simpsons. It's surreal and shocking how a cartoon has the ability to predict such futuristic events. AI Apocalypse. In the episode Bart Gets an F from Season 2, which aired on October 11, 1990, The Simpsons made a chilling prediction about an AI apocalypse. In this episode, Bart Simpson faces the prospect of failing the 4th grade and seeks help from Martin Prince, who is an overachieving classmate of his. In one scene, Bart daydreams about robots taking over the world, with machines ruling over humanity and enslaving humans. This humorous depiction of a dystopian future seemed far-fetched at the time. However, fast-forwarding to our present day, and the growing concerns about the potential dangers of artificial intelligence have become more common.
This is extremely important. I think the danger of AI is much greater than the danger of nuclear warheads, by a lot.
While we haven't experienced a full-blown AI apocalypse, there are growing concerns about the misuse of AI technology and its potential impact on society. Issues such as AI replacing humans at jobs, privacy concerns, and the development of autonomous weapons have raised alarm bells even among experts. Disney buying Fox. In Season 10, the episode When You Dish Upon a Star, which aired on November 8, 1998, The Simpsons made a perfect prediction of the acquisition of 20th Century Fox by Disney. Homer in this episode becomes a gossip columnist and befriends Alec Baldwin and Kim Basinger, who are shown living in lavish mansions. Whilst driving to the house, a sign was seen in the background which shows 20th Century Fox as a division of Walt Disney's company. This little and unnoticeable joke turned out to be a prediction because in December of 2017, Disney announced its acquisition of 20th Century Fox and other holdings of 21st Century Fox.
Disney and 21st Century Fox, as well as consumers. The new combined company will include Fox's movie and TV studios and cable networks, and together the two companies will have 46 million subscribers around the world.
For a staggering amount valued at about $71 million 2 years later. This merger brought together two of the biggest giants in the world of entertainment. Disney gained control over Fox's vast library of contents, including The Simpsons itself. Trump's 2024 presidential bid. The accuracy of The Simpsons' predictions has always brought the questions as to how exactly the show gets it right. Perhaps the writers and producers of The Simpsons are making use of dark magic. However, they took it up a notch with their most dramatic prediction about Trump's 2024 presidential ambition. On Tuesday, November 15, 2022, former President Donald Trump, arguably one of the most controversial presidents, depending on who you ask, decided to reclaim the throne he lost in 2021. In his usual grand style, Trump took the stage and announced his ambition. That was when Al Jean, the screenwriter for The Simpsons, decided it was their time to shine again. Sharing a scene from a 2015 episode of the animated series, Gene showed the world that they had predicted this long before Trump declared his intentions.
I just started drawing pictures of Homer floating around in Trump's hair. And, you know, it's this whole sort of back and forth thing that they write something, I draw something, and, you know, and then the team draws something. It's fantastic.
In the 2015 episode titled Bart to the Future, Homer Simpson flies past a sign in the background that reads, Trump 2024. Coincidence or predictions? We don't know. However, this was way before Trump was ever president. These different predictions with their level of accuracy has been shocking to everyone, but the next one takes it to another level. Tragic submarine accident. A prediction that left a bitter taste in everyone's mouth after it came true was the tragic Russian submarine accident. In a 1994 episode of The Simpsons titled Marge Gets a Job, we see Homer working as a safety inspector at a plant. One scene shows a submarine imploding due to a design flaw, trapping and killing all the crew inside. This grim prediction sadly came true on August 12, 2000, when the K-141 Kursk submarine sank in the Barents Sea. All 118 crew members died because of a faulty torpedo that caused the submarine to sink.
Russian cities have held ceremonies remembering the 118 sailors who died when a nuclear submarine sank in the Barents Sea.
Reports say nearby ships felt a small explosion, followed by a bigger one. This accident is even more tragic because, although ships nearby felt the explosion, the Russian Navy didn't know an accident had happened. As a result, no search and rescue operations started until 6 hours later. When the submarine was found 16 hours after the rescue operation began, it was already 354 feet deep on the ocean floor. Mars takeover. Humans living on Mars isn't something to believe in, but it's something that has been predicted by The Simpsons. If you don't believe it, let me take you to episode 6 of season 27. In this episode, Lisa learns that the government is looking for volunteers to sign up for a migration to Mars. But in the end, their vehicle won't start, and they end up going nowhere. However, that's not the end. The eerie episode concludes with a glimpse into the year 2051, where Marge and Lisa are living on Mars. If this doesn't sound familiar, you may have been living under a rock. Everyone knows about Elon Musk's plans to colonize the Red Planet. He's been talking about it for years, and even started his own private space exploration company for that purpose. And it seems like the date scheduled for the Mars launch by Elon Musk and that of the Simpsons episode resembles each other closely.
Elon Musk spends so much time launching rockets to the International Space Station that it's kind of easy to forget that he also wants to go to Mars.
How the Simpsons keep getting their predictions right is something to actually talk about. Black hole research. In the episode Treehouse of Horror 3 from season 24, which aired on October 7, 2012, The Simpsons mysteriously predicted the significance of black hole research. In this Halloween-themed episode, Springfield faces a dangerous situation when a giant black hole appears and threatens to swallow everything in its path. Lisa, the smart and perceptive member of the Simpson family, warns everyone about the black hole's danger and urges them to stop throwing things into it. But as usual, the townspeople ignore her, and the black hole grows bigger and more dangerous with each item consumed. In real life, black hole research has become a major area of study in the scientific community. While we haven't seen giant black holes appear out of nowhere to swallow entire towns, scientists have made groundbreaking discoveries about these cosmic phenomena. The episode's focus on black holes was way ahead of its time, thereby highlighting a topic that continues to captivate scientists and the public alike. Human cloning. Lisa is known as the smartest in the Simpsons family, so it's no surprise that the show uses her to predict the future of human cloning. In the episode Lisa the Simpson from season 9, which aired on March 8, 1998, The Simpsons made a humorous prediction about human cloning. In the episode, Lisa discovers that all the women in her family share a genetic predisposition for diminished intelligence as they age. In a flash forward to Lisa's future, she's relieved to learn that she inherited her father Homer's lack of intelligence, breaking the cycle. This prediction was a playful jab at the character's quirks, but also touched on the topic of genetic cloning. Moving forward to our present day, advancements in biotechnology have brought us closer to the possibility of human cloning, though ethical and scientific debates surround it. While full-fledged human cloning hasn't become a reality, scientists have made significant progress in cloning animals. This has led some to speculate about the potential future of human cloning. Ebola virus outbreak. In one scene, in the episode titled Lisa's Sacks from Season 9, which aired on October 19, 1997, The Simpsons made a chilling prediction about the Ebola virus outbreak. Marge is seen holding a book titled Curious George and the Ebola Virus. At the time, the Ebola virus wasn't widely known, but the episode subtly referenced it. Fast forward to 2014, and the world witnessed a major Ebola outbreak.
They've stepped up airport health checks in Nigeria as international alarm grows over the worst outbreak of the deadly Ebola virus since it was discovered nearly 4 decades ago.
Primarily affecting countries in West Africa. The virus caused widespread panic due to its high mortality rate and lack of effective treatments. While the outbreak didn't exactly mirror the scenario in The Simpsons, the reference to the Ebola virus in the episode is striking given the timing of the actual outbreak. This proves that once again, The Simpsons has some sort of foresight about topics that would later become a significant real-world issue. Mind translator. A recent technology which The Simpsons predicted was a baby translator. In the 1992 episode, Brother, Can You Spare 2 Dimes? Homer's half-brother Herb invents a machine that translates baby talk. You might think this technology could never be real, but a company named Zoundream has recently developed something similar called the Baby T.
The Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas. This year, an innovative company, Zoundream, are showcasing their technology, which analyzes babies crying to help their parents discover what they are trying to say.
This Swiss company has created technology that translates baby sounds into real words, allowing parents to know if their baby is tired, hungry, or needs the bathroom. Although many online software and apps claim to interpret baby talk and cries, but they often turn out to be fake. Zoundream stands out by using artificial intelligence in their analysis with a pioneering system that offers more accurate sound-based solutions than competing technologies. This simply means that now you can find out what your baby really wants, just like in how it was predicted in the episode of The Simpsons. COVID-19 prediction. In the episode Marge in Chains from Season 4, which aired on May 6, 1993, The Simpsons were able to eerily predict aspects of the COVID-19 pandemic. In the episode, the town of Springfield faces a flu epidemic called the Osaka flu, which spreads rapidly after a worker coughs into a package that's sent to Japan. Despite the comical tone, the episode portrayed the chaos and panic that come with the spread of a contagious illness. What's remarkable is how this fictional scenario mirrored real-life events decades later. The COVID-19 pandemic, caused by the novel coronavirus, started in late 2019 and quickly spread worldwide, leading to widespread illness,
Now to growing concerns about the deadly coronavirus,
lockdowns, and economic disruption. While the specifics don't match exactly, the parallels are striking. Both involve a contagious virus originating from overseas and leading to widespread fear and societal upheaval. Music mind control. In this episode titled New Kids on the Block from Season 12, which aired on February 25, 2001, The Simpsons humorously predicted music being used for mind control. The episode shows Bart and his friends from a boy band called Party Posse. They use a secret voice-enhancing software, which they steal from NASA, to improve their singing. However, the software has a hidden message that promotes joining the Navy when played backward. While the episode played this concept for laughs, it raised questions about the potential for music to influence people's behavior. This prediction then gained attention due to the historical use of entertainment for propaganda. While there hasn't been any concrete evidence of music being used for mind control, the idea that media can influence public opinion or behavior has remained a topic of discussion. Titanic submarine incident. In 2023, sad news shocked the entire world on social networks. In a tragic incident, a submarine belonging to the American company OceanGate, which specializes in ocean expeditions, imploded. The 5 people who were on board all died immediately.
This morning, some uber-wealthy Americans are making plans to travel to the Titanic wreckage nearly 1 year after the deadly implosion of OceanGate's Titan submersible, which killed all 5 on board attempting to make the journey
while trying to explore the wreck of the Titanic. This event struck a chord with some Simpsons fans who remembered the 2006 episode, Homer's Paternity Coot. In this episode, Homer sets out to explore the wreckage of a submarine that resembles the Titanic. On the way back, Homer's craft loses its way and gets stuck under an underwater structure. This similarity stirred up the web and reignited the discussion of Simpsons predictions. There's also another episode from 1998 titled Simpson Tide that also shows Homer trapped in a submarine. So, is this just a coincidence or a true prediction? Stay tuned to find out more predictions. Hologram technology. This next prediction takes things to a whole new level. In episode 9 of the show's 34th season, Bart is shown as a struggling musician who receives a hologram invitation from a mailman inviting him and his band to a party. While the rest of the episode was satirical, the part about hologram technology caught many people's attention. Holograms have been around for quite some time, but will they become more common and widespread? So common that even mail might come as holograms? This prediction has somewhat been fulfilled by HoloConnects. HoloConnects is working on technology called the HoloBox. This box is built like a phone booth and displays a full-sized holographic rendering of the person you're talking to. This technology is so advanced that conversations will feel natural, even if the person is thousands of miles away. Edward Snowden's revelations. In the Simpsons movie, which came to the theaters on July 27, 2007, Homer adopts a pet pig named Plopper. In one scene, Russ Cargill, the head of the Environmental Protection Agency, explains his plan to encase Springfield in a giant dome. During this scene, Cargill communicates with the president, and a surveillance camera zooms in to reveal Edward Snowden secretly listening in on the conversation. Snowden's presence in the movie was a subtle nod to his future revelations about government surveillance. In real life, Edward Snowden, a former CIA employee, made global headlines in 2013.
His name is Edward Snowden. He's an American former CIA employee and computer technician.
When he leaked classified information from the National Security Agency, NSA, about its mass surveillance programs. His disclosures exposed the extent of government spying on ordinary citizens, sparking widespread debate about privacy and security. Snowden's revelations led to significant changes in how governments approached surveillance and initiated conversations about digital privacy rights. Donald Trump touching a glowing orb with Middle Eastern leaders. In the episode titled The Simpsons, which aired on October 1, 2017, another prediction was made. President Lisa Simpson is seen visiting a castle in which she sees a wall of glowing orbs. One orb glows bright red, and when Lisa touches it, she gets transported to the Middle East. There, she finds a group of leaders, including Donald Trump, touching a similar glowing orb. Now let's talk about what actually happened in May 2017. During President Trump's visit to Saudi Arabia,
President Trump is on the first leg of his overseas trip today, and his administration struggles with controversies back home. The president was greeted by King Salman of Saudi Arabia.
He was pictured alongside King Salman and Egyptian President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, touching a glowing orb. This was during the opening of the Global Center for Combating Extremist Ideology in Riyadh. The image of Trump and the other leaders touching the orb quickly went viral, with many finding it mysterious and a reminder of the scene in The Simpsons show. Siegfried and Roy's Tiger Attack. The episode Springfield, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love Legalized Gambling, from Season 5 of The Simpsons, which aired on December 16, 1993, eerily predicted the tragic tiger attack involving illusionists Siegfried and Roy. In the episode, Mr. Burns builds a casino in Springfield and hires a duo of German magicians named Gunther and Ernst, clearly modeled after Siegfried and Roy, to perform at the casino. During their performance, one of the magicians is attacked by their white tiger, mirroring the real-life incident. Years later, on October 3, 2003, during a live performance in Las Vegas, Roy Horn of Siegfried and Roy was attacked by one of their white tigers.
A rare exclusive interview with Siegfried and Roy, speaking for the first time about those recent allegations surrounding the onstage attack that ended their Las Vegas show in 2003 and almost ended Roy's life.
The accuracy of this prediction is quite startling, and this is because it foretold an event that seemed unforeseeable at the time of the episode's airing: green energy suppression. In a twist that could only come from the minds behind The Simpsons, the episode Who Shot Mr. Burns? Part 1 from Season 6, which aired on May 21, 1995, made a curious prediction about green energy suppression. Mr. Burns unveils a plan to block out the sun using a giant device, prompting outrage from the residents of Springfield. This scheme is portrayed as a greedy attempt to monopolize the town's energy supply.
Just on this, a serious topic, I know, but I've seen a Simpsons clip that sums up the renewable energy dilemma as brilliantly as ever.
With Mr. Burns seeking to maintain his dominance over the local power market. While the episode does exaggerate for comedic effect, it actually raises an interesting point about the potential suppression of renewable energy initiatives by powerful corporations. In the real world, there have been instances where renewable energy projects faced opposition or were hindered by vested interests in traditional energy sources. Zombie apocalypse. Imagine if a simple burger could trigger the end of the world. In Don't Have a Cow, Mankind, which was a segment from The Simpsons' Treehouse of Horror Quartiorth episode which aired on October 6, 2013, the show envisioned just that. Springfield descends into chaos when Krusty Burger introduces a new menu item made from cows fed with other cows. This unappetizing meal sparks a zombie outbreak, turning many residents into ravenous, undead creatures. While we haven't witnessed an actual zombie apocalypse, this prediction cleverly taps into societal fears about pandemics and food safety. It humorously portrays how unexpected events can spiral out of control, reflecting real-world concerns about disease spread and the consequences of industrial food production. George Clooney's death in Lisa vs. Malibu Stacy, in a twist that only The Simpsons show could deliver, an episode from Season 5, Lisa vs. Malibu Stacy, which aired on February 17, 1994, made a surprising prediction about George Clooney's fate. The episode focuses on Lisa challenging the sexist stereotypes of the Malibu Stacy doll. At one point, a talking Malibu Stacy says, "Let's buy makeup so the boys will like us," prompting Lisa to speak out against the doll's harmful messages. The unexpected prediction about George Clooney's death occurs when Lisa is playing with her dolls. One of the dolls, resembling George Clooney, says, "What's my motivation in this scene? Am I just a handsome face? Or is there more to me than that?" This line eerily mirrors the kind of questions one might think of before their passing. Fortunately, George Clooney is alive and well. However, this curious moment serves as another example of The Simpsons' failed prediction or accidentally hinting at a future event: the God particle. In an episode of The Simpsons, a seemingly random chalkboard scribble by Homer turned out to be eerily prophetic. The 1998 episode, The Wizard of Evergreen Terrace, features Homer as an aspiring inventor, standing next to a chalkboard covered with a massive equation. Incredibly, this equation came remarkably close to predicting the mass of the Higgs boson.
Homer Simpson, yes, a fictional character, may in fact be a scientific genius. As it's been revealed, he predicted the mass of the elementary Higgs boson particle more than a decade before scientists.
Also known as the God particle, which was discovered in 2012. Simon Singh, author of the 2013 book The Simpsons and Their Mathematical Secrets, explained to The Independent in March 2015, "If you work it out, you get the mass of a Higgs boson that's only a bit larger than the nanomass of a Higgs boson actually is." It's kind of amazing as Homer makes this prediction 14 years before it was discovered. For a better context, Simpsons writer-producer David X. Cohen, who holds a physics degree from Harvard and a computer science degree from Berkeley, enlisted the help of his friend David Sheminovich, an astrophysics professor at Columbia, to craft the equation. This collaboration led to one of the show's most mind-bending and scientifically intriguing moments: the sport of corruption. In true Simpsons fashion, a 2014 episode managed to kick the ball right into the net of reality. You Don't Have to Live Like a Referee took aim at the rampant corruption within FIFA, the governing body for international soccer. The episode hilariously depicted the executive VP of the fictional World Football Federation being arrested for corruption. Fast forward to 2015, and life imitated art. An FBI and IRS investigation led to the dramatic arrests of high-level FIFA officials and associates on charges of wire fraud, racketeering, and money laundering. In a twist straight out of a Simpsons script, 30 FIFA officials were indicted, and eventually, 27 of them pleaded guilty. This uncanny prediction showcased The Simpsons' knack for satirical foresight, which blends humor with a strikingly accurate portrayal of real-world events. Olympic glory. In a stroke of animated fortune-telling, The Simpsons' 2010 episode Boy Meets Curl told a tale of unlikely triumph in curling. Homer and Marge teamed up, defying expectations to clinch the gold medal, with Sweden taking silver. Moving forward to the 2018 Winter Olympics, where reality mirrored fiction. The U.S. men's curling team staged a remarkable comeback.
It was a very warm welcome home to some of the many Olympians who helped to put Minnesota on the map. The gold medal-winning U.S. men's curling team returning home to Duluth tonight,
securing the gold medal while Sweden settled for silver. It's worth noting that prior to this prediction, the U.S. team had earned a bronze in 2006, and curling had only reappeared in the Olympics since 1998. An average Joe goes into space. In a well-known Simpsons storyline, episode 15 of season 5, titled Deep Space Homer, shows NASA employees asking Barney to be an astronaut, and when Homer realizes what the proposal entails, he competes against him, but ends up losing. However, Barney would not be able to make it to flight due to alcohol ban, and Homer would then replace him. In reality, the United Kingdom in 2013 ran a competition to turn an everyday person into an astronaut. This involved many interviews and tough tests in Cape Canaveral. The winner was Oliver Knight, a 25-year-old who beat over 250 other candidates to go into space with 23 others. It seems clear NASA took cues from their source material and decided not to bring potato chips or ants on the shuttle. Since then, many more regular folks and celebrities, from William Shatner to Michael Strahan, have also flown into space. Nobel Prize in Economics. In a typical trademark of The Simpsons, Episode 1 of Season 22 contained their usual style of hidden surprises. The show is quite famous for its freeze-frame gags, those quick visual references that often require a keen eye or a pause button to catch. In this episode, Lisa and her friends are shown filling out predictions for the Nobel Prize announcements. While Milhouse's bet on Bengt R. Holmstrom winning the economics prize doesn't come to pass at first, but fate smiles on him in 2016 when Holmstrom indeed receives the Nobel Prize.
Two economists, British-born Oliver Hart and Finland-born Bengt Holmstrom, have won the Nobel Prize for Economic Sciences for their work on contract theory.
The Simpsons have oftentimes predicted a lot of things, with some of them coming to pass partially or in a whole. Which of the predictions do you think is the most terrifying? Do let us know your opinions in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, click the next video shown on your screen, and you'll enjoy it.